In this video, I'm going to talk about cascading. Cascading determines what occurs to children records when an event happens to a parent record. An example would be with an account and its children contacts. So when an account gets reassigned to a new owner, will the owner of the contacts change, or will the owner of the contacts remain the same? Right now, if I open up this Bill Watson contact, you'll see that the owner is Dave, just like on the parent account. Right now, cascading is set up to change the owner on both the account and on the children contacts when we change the owner on the account. I'm going to change the owner here to Conrad. Oops. Now, when I go into the children contacts, you'll notice that Conrad is the new owner. The nice thing is you can configure how this cascading works, and you have a few different levels to choose from. I'm going to go to Settings and Customizations. And I like to think about these relationships from the parent side, so I'm going to go to the account and choose the one-to-many relationship. And of course, an account has many contacts. I'm going to go to the related entity column and look for a contact. At the bottom of this form, you'll see relationship behavior. Right now it's set to parental, so everything gets cascaded. For example, when we reassigned the account, the children contacts were also reassigned to the new owner of the account. If we choose configurable cascading, this opens up options for us. We've talked about cascading all. We can also choose to only cascade the new ownership to the active contacts. So if there were inactive contacts, we wouldn't cascade the ownership change. We can also cascade the change in ownership only if the children contacts are owned by the same owner of the account. Next, we can decide to cascade nothing at all. Let's choose user owned, and we'll come back and we'll test that. With sharing, we can choose to cascade everything, just the active records, the user owned records, or none. Same with unsharing. Reparenting is similar to sharing, and you may want to take a look at this. There's a Microsoft article that talks about this type of relationship. So this is giving an example between an opportunity and an account. If you're the owner of an account and there's an opportunity or a contact associated with that account, then you inherit read access to that opportunity or contact and any records associated with it. If the customer ID or the parent account ID referencing attribute for the contact is changed to refer to a different account, then the owner of the account inherits read access to that opportunity or contact if the reparent action is cascade. So it'll works, the different options with cascading will work, but that's the event, is if you go into the child record and change the reference to the parent. And of course, if you want to read this or find more details, you can follow this link. I'm going to save these relationship changes, and we're going to go back and retest this assignment cascading now that we have it only to cascade the user owned. We can go back to the solution and publish the customizations. In AAA products, the account that we were looking at before, as you'll recall, the owner of both the account and the contacts is Conrad. I'm going to go into Jim Black and change the ownership to someone other than Conrad. And go back up to the company. So the rule that we'd set up is if the account gets reparented or reassigned, then we're going to look to any children contacts that also belong to Conrad and change the owner there. But if the contact is not owned by Conrad, then we're not going to change that contact. So let's reassign the account. And we'll change it to Deborah. Deborah is the new owner of the account. She's also the owner of Bill Watson, the contact that was previously owned by Conrad. However, if we go back to the Jim Black contact, the owner is still Dave. So I hope this helps you understand cascading. It's a great way to change how your records are affected when events occur to the parent records, and I hope this helps you make the changes that you need to.